What's up, Saiyans? Chris here from the Saiyan Elites, bringing you guys another deck profile video. And today, I'm going to go over a deck, my own version of a deck that I played in the core TCG tournament over the last weekend. And the leader is using the Kelfa Surge leader, which is probably one of the most, I would say, underrated leaders that have come out in the past few sets. When this leader came out as a promo, everyone looked away from it, including myself. Broly, Surge-Ku, Piccolo Surge, these were all amazing leaders, even Cell Surge at some point. But this leader was always looked at being really bad because it didn't restand any energy. But now, with there being so many new blue-yellow archetype cards that really synergize with this leader, I think this leader could be pretty scary in the future. Now, I've played this deck I think maybe twice, but so far the concept that I want to do with this leader is still the same. So hopefully you guys like this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Hit that bell for all the notifications. I'll get right here into the deck profile. So Kelfa is a untap 0 draw 4 leader, which is very unique, especially for this archetype, which is blue and yellow, because this archetype really doesn't need any untapping. This color combination untaps so much energy as it is, so it kind of makes sense. The activate main, when you get to choose one blue or yellow Universe 6 card, energy cost of 2 or less in your hand, and play it for free. This card here, I thought this was a terrible ability. I was thinking to myself, why would anybody want to play this? After a while, I started to see, and I can see the value that this card can actually bring, and I'm looking forward to playing this card in the future. Obviously, I said the Awaken Abilities, you put a blue and yellow underneath this, and you draw 4 cards. Now here, when you're at 4 life, you get to activate 2 of your abilities. The bottom one, you get, we'll start with the first one. First one, you get to draw a card, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, plays at the bottom of its owner's deck. So you have a draw mechanic as well as a reward remover. Now, obviously, this is not an active battle, or else this would be insane if it was an active battle. But active main is still fine. The second one is at the beginning of your opponent's next main phase, choose 3 multicolor cards in your drop area and add them to your hand. So this has 3 multicolor cards. This can be any color combination. They just have to be multicolor cards, and they're cards. So this could be your secret rare, this could be your super combos, this can be your rival cards, this can be a spell, this could be any multicolor card that you want, and you can pick up to 3. So technically, you can use this ability twice and pull back a total of 6 super combos. Just think about that type of value. It's insane. So this is what we got for the leader, and I'll kind of go over the archetype here. So I'm gonna go over the free plays. So these are cards that can be played with your unawakened side activate main. Okay. So we have 2 hit Afterimage Master. This card is really good. So you play it out for free. When you play this card from your hand, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and sends it to the warp. That's really good. That's it. This card just allows you to warp a card for free. That's super good. Even if you play 4 of these, you're able to warp 4 cards from your opponent's hand. That's nuts. At the end, then activate main, you can send this card to your warp. At the start of your next main phase, if your leader's yellow Universe 6, the card that was sent to the warp by this skill, play the card that was sent to the owner's skill. So basically, on your opponent's turn, you can warp this card. That way, they don't get access to destroying it. And then at the start of your turn, you can add it back. It's good for combo power offensively, as well as being able to use it for rival stuff as well. The second card that we run 4 of the Metal Volley Magetta. It is a 2-drop 10k that draws you a card. So for 0 energy, you can play out 10k that draws you a card. It's pretty good value. This is really good early. You can play this and then just start swinging, and it allows you to have a weird aggro feeling, being able to tick down your opponent while also being able to draw and still have 2 energy up, or even 1 energy up, because you're not playing this for energy. You're just free playing it. The other card here is we run 4 of the Kelfa Troublemaker of Universe 6. Now the cards underneath it are just proxies or another Kelfa card, which this card's not bad either. but I don't have my 4 yet, so I'm waiting for the other 3 to get here. But what this card does, when you play it out, you may choose a card in your life, add it to your hand. If you do, choose up 20 of your opponent's energy and switch it to rest mode. So this is your awakening card. You can actually use this to self-awaken. You play it out for free, take a life, tap your opponent's energy, and then awaken. And now you just drew 4 cards, and you tap one of your opponent's energy, and now you can do whatever you want. The card underneath it is pretty good too. It is a 15k 2-drop, where when you play this card, you choose 20 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and switch it to rest mode. And then activate battle for 1 energy. This card gets 5k for the turn, then choose up to 1 Kale or Kaba with energy cost 2 or less in your hand and play it out with the skills negated. That doesn't really matter in this deck, but this could be a good sideboard card against certain things. But this is the main card here, so we run 4 of those. And then for Kale, or for Kelfa, we run 3 of the Awakened Sister. Just kind of a cool combo. Being able to play this out for free, swing, and then tap 1, play this on top of it, or swing with your leader and play this on top of it. This card says during your turn at the end of the battle, after you combo with this card, choose the 1 Kelfa card in your battle area and play this card on top of it. So if you want to be able to swing with it, you swing with leader and then you play this on top of it. And this is a 20k double strike. When it comes into play, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards or energy and switch it to rest mode. So not only are you switching 1 energy to rest mode for free, taking a life, and you can swing for 1 energy and play this on top of it. And now you have a 20k double strike card that you can just swing at your opponent. Really good. A very strange deck, but very cool synergy there. So then we'll get into the multicolor stuff. So we'll go for the simple stuff first. 4 BRS checklands, 4 consistency, 4 Zamasu super combos, because this is the color that we're running. 3 Goku hits for pressure, as well as having a strong defensive option as well for later on in the game. Now this card here is what makes the deck, I think, tick so much better, is Violent Rush Bojack. So this is a card that came out of the anniversary box. It is a 7-drop barrier unique Aegis arrival. Lots of keyword skills here, but this card comes out for arrival of blue and yellow, and then 1 yellow. Plays it, has barrier. When this card activates Aegis, you get to draw a card. So you guys don't know what Aegis is. Aegis is an archetype that is not really used a lot in this game. It's actually probably one of the most underrated keyword skills in the game. So during your defensive stage, this is any time during your defensive step, you can pitch a blue and a green, a blue and a yellow, or a blue-yellow, and then you can activate Aegis. When you activate Aegis, you get to restand 2 energy, 2 multicolor energy. So, in theory, you can play this. Let's say you play both these on the same turn for whatever reason. You can then use Aegis and then restand 2 energy. So basically, like, you didn't use anything at all. And this card will come up a little bit in the future, and we'll talk about it. But this just being able to reset your defensive options, being able to restand energy for just pitching a card and cycling, works super good with this leader, since this leader doesn't untap anything. We're able to surge, draw 4 cards, and then use this ability, cycle a card, draw another card, and restand 2 energy, and now you can do whatever type of defensive steps. So we'll keep one of these Bojacks here. I'll keep it over here. We run 1 Goku Vegeta. This is a 2-drop arrival. 2-drop arrivals are not as common anymore, since the meta has gotten much heavier focus on monocolor. So being able to use 2 energy for this is not super good, but the card itself is awesome. So you play this card, you draw a card, and you choose one of your opponent's battle cards, and you gain its skills for the duration of the turn. This is super good against cards that have dual attack, double strike, triple attack, cards that have, activate main abilities. It just stops everything. So you play this for 2 energy, draw a card, and then you can negate their skills, and then you can use this effect to Aegis to then restand 2 energy. So you play this card out for free, essentially. Pretty cool, right? This is where I guess the super interesting effect is. So we have Raiders Warcraft. We run 3. You can run 4. 3 just felt okay. Tap 2, you play this out. If your leader is yellow at the end of your combo phase, play it, and then you get to tap one of your opponent's battle cards and draw a card. So for 2 energy, which this also gets to restand 2 energy. So if you combo with the Bardock, you then use Bojack's effect, drop a card, draw a card, or you drop a card, activate Aegis, so restand 2 energy and then draw a card. And then this comes into play basically for free, and then you draw a card. Really, really good. Really, really good. And it's a 20k double strike, just another double strike target, just like your Kelfa, to just pressure. Another 2-drop, Universe Night Assemble, just a tap 2, draw 2. All of your opponent's energy in rest mode, you get to choose one Universe 9 card in your deck, energy cost 2 or less, and play it, and shuffle your deck. Which we do run 1 Basil. I didn't want to fit too many of them in the deck. 1 feels okay. I may bump it up to 2, but again, tap 2, draw 2, activate Aegis, and then pitch a card, restand 2, draw another one. And then if you play out Basil, you draw another card. So if you do this play right, you would use this, draw 2, activate Aegis, pitch one of those cards, restand 2, draw 1, and then if all their energies tap, you play this for free, and you draw 1. So you're drawing 3, restanding 2 for 2 energy. It's pretty good. Oh, and this is an activate battle, which is why you can use it during your defensive step. So you can activate this, draw 2 cards, maybe play out Basil. Still don't have enough defensive stuff. You can then activate Aegis from your Bojack, and then restand 2 energy, and now you have even more options defensively. I think we can put Bojack away now. We have 2 of the Universe 1 Angel Rares. I love this card. This is probably the best Angel Rare in the game still, and I think this card will be very valuable later on. So if you still haven't purchased any of the Angel Rares, my advice is to buy them while they're cheap, because I think all of these cards will be useful in this block of sets. I just have a feeling. No actual news on that. I just have a hunch. So this card is a warp land technically, so you can play it in your energy. If you warp a blue and a yellow card from your drop area, you can play with its energy exhaust negated, so this becomes a free check land essentially. But the effect on this card is super good. So for 1 blue, 1 yellow, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards, bottom deck it, and at the start of your opponent's next main phase, choose 2 of your energy and switch in the rest mode. 2 of your energy and switch in the active mode. And this is not once per turn. So if you play this card out and you have 4 energy standing, you can bottom deck 2 of your opponent's cards, and then you can restand 4 energy on your opponent's turn. It's pretty good. It's also a 16k, so it has a decent power level. Your opponent has to combo if they want to swing with a 15k or with a leader, which is pretty good. This is a super good card. I'm looking to in the future purchase some more of these. We'll stick with the Draftbox theme. We have 2 of the 12, the Universe 12 Destroyer and Angel. This is a counterplay. It's basically it's a battle card version of Cold Bloodlust, but it only hits 5 or less. So that's the thing. So it only hits 5 or less, but you play it out. It is a 19k, and this also has Aegis, which if you activate Aegis on this card, you draw 2. So this is an untapped 2 draw 2. So a little bit better than Bojack. Costs a little more energy to get out, but you can get this out. Now, the other thing is that you can activate both of these Aegises in the same turn. So you can activate them on different defensive steps. So I know it says Aegis once per turn. That's just on that particular card. So if you have both these on the field, or even if you have 2 of these on the field, your opponent activates Aegis. You can pitch 1, restand 2, and do this. And I think on the next defensive step, you can pitch 1, restand 2, draw 2 from this. I don't think you can activate both of them in the same defensive step. I don't know why you would want to do that unless you really need the energy for something, or the cycling potential. But if you can do it, that's pretty cool. But I'm pretty sure you can just do once per defensive step. So still pretty good though. 1 Frost Deadly Poison, still a really good card to run just in case. And yeah, I still have it in here also just for cycling purposes, just in case I have, you know, the Angel Rare in my hand. I can just pitch this, or vice versa, because this card hits anything that doesn't have deflect. So, and this is also a really good target for Fu, 10 drop Fu, which is still a pretty big card right now. I do run some unisons. You run 4 of the Janempa unison. Blue is more so the dominant color, I would say, in this deck. Actually, it's a pretty even split, but I wanted to run more blue of the extra cards because of a lot of my free play stuff is yellow, so I wanted to keep a good balance if we run 4 of the Janempa. You can't give it triple strike with your leader. Sadly, this isn't Vegito, but just having a 15k crit every turn is pretty strong, and allows us to play out the Trunks, which is, I would say, the best counterplay in the game. The best counter unison play in the game. Better than Frieza, just because it hits anything. Now, Frieza obviously gets around deflect, but whatever. This card is just sick. For Bean and for Dimension Magic, since we're a blue leader, so really the only extra card negates and extra card stuff that we run outside of Universe 9 Assemble. One Fu, because we are going to be going a late game with this deck, so this is kind of our main secret rare. And one of these, this is kind of my placeholder for Power Patora, which I do not own still. So Power Patora is a much better card than this. Obviously, Power Patora says if your opponent has 6 or more energy in rest mode, or 6 more cards in rest mode, you can play it out for 5, which is where you tap a bunch of cards, you draw 4 cards, and now you have a 40k triple strike on board. This card's okay. You can play it out for cheaper depending on how many battle cards you have on board that are blue and yellow. And when you play it, your opponent flips their leader over to the unawakened side, and it's a 30k triple strike. It's a cool card, but I would definitely run Power Patora if I owned it. Now, this is also a pitching card for Aegis as well. This is the real boss monster in the deck, so this is what we're worried about. But this is my Kelfa deck. Let me know what you guys think. I think this deck is very fun. I think this deck will get better, and I think people are sleeping on this leader. I think this is I think with Surge-Ku being, you know, limited, Piccolo being completely destroyed, and Broly not being played too much, I think this Surge leader can end up taking over in maybe the next few formats. But we'll see. But make sure you guys like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.